hope you're doing very, very well. And in case you're not, that's exactly why I'm here. I want to soothe down your nervous system and spend some cozy times with you, because I know that life can be very overwhelming and we are so burnt out by our responsibilities, by our to-do list, by the mental load, by the own goals we are setting, and the pressure we're putting onto ourselves. But that's why I love ASMR. Why I love ASMR. Because it's sometimes like a little escape. What do you love the most about ASMR? The feeling that it is giving you, or a place to escape, or a place where you can relate. And in this video I want to give you some affirmations, if you're feeling like you're losing yourself right now, or if you feel like you're just bouncing back between functioning and surviving, and I've been there, and sometimes I still am there, so I'm not going to tell you my life is perfect, but I try my best to do my best and to tackle the things in my life that needs to be tackled, and to heal, to grow, to learn. But it's not easy, I get it, and sometimes we can feel so lonely. My coffee. I love coffee. I love coffee so much. Do you love coffee? I know life can be hard. I know life can be so overwhelming. I know self-doubts can cause you so much negativity and can cause you to doubt yourself and to feel stagnated, to feel like that these self-doubts are consuming the energy you have. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to look perfect. And there's somebody out there who loves you. Just the way you are right now, my dear. Just, 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 just the way you are in this minute. Away with the self-doubt. Away with the self-hate. Just pluck it, pluck it, pluck it, pluck it. Just, just You know what? Sometimes I believe what can gets us so down is that we experience some days. I obviously cannot talk for you, but we experience days where we are waking up and we feel like, yes, we're back on track. Yes, things are going their way. And then something happened. Life happens. Maybe you got bad news, or just something kind of weird happened, or you just feel physically after a while, after you go through your day, completely exhausted. And sometimes we really underestimate what exhaustion and not enough food and not enough sleep can actually do to our psyche, especially if you're very, very prone to be sensitive. I don't know if you could hear that, but there was something in the background falling down. Sorry about that. And sometimes I used to believe life only can be good if everything is going good. But that is not life, and that is not how life is supposed to be. And that is just trying to have things under control which aren't in your control. And this is not being at peace, it's again being at control. And I think Bruce Lee said, be like water. Be like water. But I think he's right. The more you let go of expectations, and I don't mean it in a nihilistic way or in a negative way, but I really believe that it's not that it's not that I'm able to do it all the time, and also it depends on which topic in life it is. Is it friendship wise? Is it working wise? Is it relationship wise? There are huge differences in how this radical acceptance can play out, because obviously we are more attached to somebody we love than maybe to a job. Maybe you loved your job, I don't know, but I think you get my point. So in these regards, it's much harder to apply this mindset, but the more we let go of expectations but invite everything that just comes, the more flexible we become, and the quicker we can recover. And obviously it's easier said than done, but everything starts in the way we think. And for some of us, at certain days, if we are maybe spiraling, it almost feels like we're incapable of actually getting back the control of our mind, and it almost feels like somebody else is sitting in our head and controlling us. And we can rationalize it like maybe with a hormonal change in your brain. Maybe it has to do something with your cycle. Maybe I don't know, whatever it is, there are so many reasons, but fact is you experience exactly that. And fact is you experience a hard day, a rough day. And even though I'm a huge fan on progress and a huge fan on trying to do the best with what you have right now and growing, I'm also a huge fan in brutally accepting the state you're in and not denying what there is, because these emotions, if they're not being surrendered through, being lived through, being felt, they will find a way back to you, and probably much worse. And for some, it will even manifest in our body. And if you're lucky enough to have a person in your life who's willing to sit with you in darkness. I think this is a person who has an incredible mindset. Never let this person go if you're so fortunate to experience a kind of love where you can be. And I'm not saying where you can drown yourself in self-pity. To feel something deeply and to drown in self-pity are completely different things. I'm not saying engage in your pain, drown in your pain, but I say feel it. I say face it. I say go through it. The only way is through it. And we tend to wanting to take the shortcut. The shortcut. We want to take the shortcut because it seems easier in the moment, in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. I love that. I love that sound of nails. Do you know, it always reminds me about Dolly Parton. In one interview, she would use her nails as an instrument. I like that sound. I don't care if somebody would think I'm weird for doing this. Because I think in the place where I am from, not many people are doing ASMR. Or they think weird about ASMR. But that's exactly what I meant in the video from yesterday. Embrace who you are. And even if other people, think that would be weird, you don't need to care. Do your thing, do your thing, do your own thing. Vaseline for your face. I think there are only two kind of people, the ones who love Vaseline and the ones who hate Vaseline. I think it's already a little bit older, but I don't care, I still use it. Why throwing it away? We tend to be so wasteful, and I'm also sometimes too wasteful. I'm not saying like I'm never wasting, but I really try to not waste in food, for example. Ooh, my hair. So yeah, not a lot of people here are really into ASMR. I have the feeling they're more kind of function and I don't know. It sometimes feels like, obviously I don't know everyone. Obviously I cannot talk for everyone, and you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Maybe they are the biggest ASMR fans. Who knows? But I don't think so. And this is exactly, sometimes we stigmatize ourselves, and oftentimes we are holding ourselves back. We are holding ourselves back because we think people would judge us, and sometimes, they do judge us or won't understand us. But as long as you're not hurting anyone, you can do totally what you want to do, and you don't need to justify things that bring joy to you, as weird as it maybe appears to somebody else. Like, why is she sitting in front of her closet and whispering into a mic? Well, because I love ASMR. I love it so much. And I also love coffee. Are you coming to the tree where dead men call out for his love to flee? Strange things will happen here, no stranger would it be if we met in midnight by or in the hanging tree. I don't know. This song is so relatable for me at the moment, and I can remember when I was reading The Hunger Games. I was still in school back then. I think I was in the 6th grade, and I was so obsessed with The Hunger Games. And back then, not a lot of the movies weren't even made. I were reading the books before they came into cinema. And funny enough, like I think 1 year later, they actually released the first Hunger Game movie. I really loved it. And I thought, especially the first movie of the Hunger Games was very, very close to the book I was reading. I just, what I didn't like was the symbol, like the mockingbird, I believe. Katniss actually found it in the book at like a flea market, kind of. I think, I'm not sure, but I think when she was buying something, bread or so, I cannot remember it exactly anymore, but I think in the movie somebody gifted it to her. So there was a big difference, which I believe was an important piece that they kind of rewrote for the movie. But besides that, I think the first movie was so good. I really loved it. Also like the Twilight. Yeah, I'm a Twilight girl. I don't care if you judge. I love Twilight so much. And especially the first Twilight movie. Oh my god, like it's the kind of movie you watch when you're sick or when autumn starts to arrive and it's raining outside and you're baking a cake. You're baking a cake. You're baking a cake. But I believe, like, I can remember when I was reading the books back then, I thought to myself, like, it feels like we're already living in the Hunger Games, and now more than ever. And I don't know about you, but at the moment I really feel this shift is happening in this world. And sometimes it really can be so much on our heart. We look left and right, up and down, and everywhere we're looking, it seems like the world is falling apart, and it doesn't only seem like that. Let's not deny that, because you know what makes it even worse? When we're living in a time where so much things are so weird. And it's so weird that we need to start to explain people how weird it is, how obvious weird it is. And that is exactly why I believe it's so important to stay human and to stay connected and to contribute pureness and human contact, to remind ourselves that we're a real person and that we need human connection, that we need imperfection, because nowadays, so many of us want to be special, want to be seen, want to be heard. I get it, but where did we went wrong? That we believe we all need to be the same and act the same, do the same, smell the same. It's like, how many people you know in your life where you feel like they're really doing their thing? They're having personality, they're having an aura, they're just different, It's rare these days. And then we kind of sometimes even kind of look at these people like they would be weird when they're actually just being themselves, when they're not willing to give away their soul. And you shouldn't, because your soul makes you and unique. And obviously we need to work on ourselves, and I'm not saying don't change, stay who you are, because I don't want to stay the way I am right now. I want to improve, I want to get better, but the very much essence of me, I don't want to change, and I've spent so much time trying to fix that, to change that, to be better, to be this and that, and then I understood more and more, and it's learning, it's a process, that it's not necessary. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not necessary that you become somebody else, because you are you. And I think the world can benefit from your soul, from your balance, from your kindness and pureness and ideas and discipline and motivation and nostalgia and weirdness. Honestly, really, because that might motivate somebody else to do the exact same. To be more humble, to be